Alright everyone, welcome back to StarLadder I-League Invitational Season 4 EU Qualifiers. We are here in the semifinals. It's Penta Sports versus 5 Anchors, no captain, best of 3. Winner moves forward into the grand final. Loser is unfortunately going home. There's only one EU Qualifier spot. Basically, it's 5 a.m. here in Brisbane, so I'm hanging on. But joining me to help out is Lumi. So Lumi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here, and looking forward to watch some of these winners facing off against each other.
Hopefully, the highest quality dodo we've had so far. Fingers crossed.
We've been seeing a lot of kind of flubs, mistakes here and there, but hopefully that's behind us. And we got the nerfed Bane Beam pickup.
Yeah,
it's actually a pretty big nerf in my opinion.
The damage on Brain Sap. That was the nerf, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty significant.
It is in the sense that it's not only a nerf to the damage but also the heal, right? And you used to show up in the lane, be a big dick, but now you can't.
Yeah, can't really just sit there and trade blows with the offlaner, heal right back up. It's pretty annoying. I know that there were even people who were getting less, because the mana cost scales up, getting less points in Brain Sap, and then also choosing to get Enfeeble early on, especially against a lot of these sort of hyper carries that we're seeing at the moment. Just setting them back is pretty powerful. But 5 Anchors is just going to go for a pretty, I would say this is a reasonably well-rounded opening, or just pretty strong lanes. Get the Ogre Gyrocopter. They've got quite a bit of kill potential against most offlaners, I would say. We even talked yesterday about the Gyrocopter potentially being a little bit of that flex pick that sometimes people are looking for. Can potentially be run in some other laning situations and doesn't completely lock you out of going for an aggro tri-lane, though it just feels like tri-lane versus tri-lane is just not really a thing anymore. Or it just doesn't happen very commonly. Either the lane gets scouted, or people realize what's going on, or they dodge, or you rotate instantly with your free TPs. It just doesn't really work out.
The only time I see tri-lanes actively happening is like one team picks Drow and the other team says, "All right, we're gonna punish your Drow pick by, going aggro on her."
Yeah,
but that's pretty rare.
Yeah, I think Anti-Mage is maybe like the one other hero that I see where people still have the mindset of, okay, we're gonna go aggro and really put a lot of pressure, but otherwise a lot of the carries these days are fairly self-sufficient past a certain point, so hard to really completely shut them down.
Radiant team pick.
PL being taken out, that's kind of a weird one. I wonder if they're setting up some sort of, Medusa is always a discussion when PL is kind of being banned out like that.
Yeah, I guess they also just feel like they don't necessarily have maybe the control that they would want for a PL, but yeah, it is interesting that it's a PL and not some other difficult to lock down hero. If Invoker was a better hero at the moment, you could maybe start talking about, you're banning out to pick an Invoker or something like that, but he just seems so lackluster. Like, unless you're one of the top 3 or 4 Invoker players in the whole world, I don't know if it's really playable in a competitive context right now.
Hey, all right, Kunkka.
That's interesting.
So this is
something's core. Someone is core.
Yeah. We saw, I believe, Zai for Optic play Kunkka off lane, and he was able to get himself a 1v1 matchup. And if you could get yourself a 1v1 matchup as Kunkka, then Tidebringer just takes over the lane. With that said, though, I'm putting my chips down more so for the Slaughter, because I just feel like he could do more in a bad situation. Even if he has a bad lane, he could kind of sprint around, check the runes maybe, whereas Kunkka is less mobile, is much more level dependent, and once he falls behind, there's really no catch-up mechanism. So I'm expecting the Kunkka to be the 4 here.
Could be Kunkka mid. We could cross our fingers, but
oh yeah, true.
I mean, we did see the mid one Kunkka not too long ago, but seems perhaps a little bit unlikely. I do like the Kunkka Bane just as a roaming duo, right? You can run up Nightmare, he's hit up for a Torrent, can potentially get some kills that way. And I think the Kunkka is also a decent hero in general against Gyrocopter. Yeah. The lockdown is good. The boat, of course, the rum is also super useful in terms of just surviving through that initial burst from Gyrocopter, because Gyro in the early game is relying on you just being so scared of him that you can't just stand there and burst him down, because he's not actually that tanky when it really comes down to it.
You know, the problem for these kind of combination pairing supports like Bane Kunkka or SD Kunkka, sometimes even like, I don't know, like let's say Sven Lesh. Sven is a bad example, like Ogre Lesh, for example. These two support hero that could roam around and set up for each other, is that it's very obvious on the map. Because generally when you have Bane, right, you expect him to be either sitting in mid, kind of enfeebling a hero, or sitting in the safe lane, kind of punishing the off lane. As soon as Bane and Kunkka disappears off the map, then there's a lot of red flags showing up that, hey, there's some issue here. And we're going to see the Undying. We saw yesterday that 5 Anchor was able to pick the Undying. Got an Ultra kill at some point, like, 10 minutes in the game against the Huskar lineup.
Yep.
They eventually lose that game, but the Huskar was ginormous in that game.
Yeah, this is interesting. I feel like they're looking at the fact that there's the StarLadder and the Kunkka, and they're saying, okay, one of these heroes is definitely going to be in a side lane somewhere, and they do potentially have the opportunity to punish that really hard, right? If they can get a favorable 1v1 somewhere and then go for an aggro tri-lane and just lock it down. Penta Sports do pick up the lifestealer to go along with their StarLadder, which I like, but I don't know, the lineup overall at the moment looks maybe a little bit weak to me. They've got enough damage, I suppose. A lot is going to be riding on this StarLadder blink, very similar to that game that we cast earlier, where they really desperately needed the puck blink to be able to do anything.
Oh, all right, that's
this hero
very
got
different.
Buffed. This hero got mad buffed. I don't understand why Enigma's actually getting buffed.
Wait, he got buffed yesterday?
I think so, yeah. Didn't he?
What's...
There was I think the Eidolon move speed went up for like no reason, and something else. It was one of those like notice me buffs. I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look.
5 seconds remaining.
It feels like it's one of those heroes where it can just, in the right situation, like an offlane Enigma can just win you the whole game by itself.
Yes.
Like we've seen KP on Enigma in the right game, because Newbie I think are one of the few teams willing to leave their offlane pick relatively late, and if they have no way to cancel a BKB black hole and you just get Midas and Octarine and Refresher and then you just black hole people, it's pretty tough.
It is surprising that it's a 4th pick Enigma, because there are some mid heroes, like if you want to go a little bit outside the box, you go, let's say, Silencer mid, although it doesn't give you the lifestealer vehicle, so probably that's not the way to go.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're counting on, like Penta Esport has kind of locked themselves into a lifestealer combination. But isn't Storm Spirit like traditionally a very good counter to Enigma, and is the perfect vehicle for the lifestealer? Well, it gets banned out, so never mind.
Yeah, I think Storm would have been quite good. I mean, it's not like they can't cancel the black hole. They do have the Fiend's Grip, I suppose.
I mean, all of these abilities are coming out in a long delay. Right? Kunkka Torrent, for example, comes out 2 seconds after he uses it, and by that time your team fight can already be over. Is this gonna be the top in Arc Warden?
5 seconds.
We've seen him playing at mid.
Yeah, it could be.
Don't know if you want to Arc Warden against Lifestealer, because a lot of your kit, your Wraiths, your Flux has no impact against the hero, but at the same time you're not laning against him, so.
Yeah. So the other change that Enigma got was he got 2 more base strength. I don't know if that's really a very big deal.
Ooh.
All right, this is another
anti-lifestealer
hero.
Straight up counter pick. So this is gonna be Gyromig Enigma off lane, and Penta's got a lot of holes in their draft, and all these core matchups seems terrible.
10 seconds remaining.
I kind of want them to pick Zeus. I think it's good against Gyro and TB. I don't know about Zeus 1v1 against Gyro, actually, though. If you're just getting homing missile, you can't do anything about it. But they...
Alright, here's a play. Here's a play.
Yeah.
Lifestealer safe lane, Kunkka off lane.
Yeah.
No, Lifestealer safe lane, Kunkka mid, StarLadder off. You pick a 4-position Doom.
Monkey King.
Alright, close enough.
I don't know about close enough, but We'll
So
see.
Boundless Strike is your anti-black hole until the BKB comes out.
Yeah. So wait, who's the 4?
I don't know.
Riddle me this, Lemmy. I don't actually know the Penta roster very well.
I don't. Let me
so-
quickly look that up right now. Penta Esports. DNZ is the 4 and it's the
Okay.
captain.
Yeah. All right. So.
Kunkka 4.
So. Lifestealer is mid, and Monkey King safe lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Oliver is a safe lane player.
Yeah.
9 is
5
mid.
seconds remaining.
Boogie's off lane.
Yeah.
So
well,
Slaughter is going to be off lane mid Monkey King. This is all over the place. You got 4 melee heroes against Decay and Tombstone. Against
against
Black Hole.
Enigma too. That's the
this
that's
is-
the terrifying thing. Like if you're grouping up in these fights, you are just gonna get polio.
Here's the thing though, the lanes are actually okay. Like Monkey King versus melee supports coming in. I don't think Ogre or Undying will be able to do too much in the mid lane. But that's pretty much all they got going for them, I think, the lanes. Because there is going to be a certain point in the game where, you know, Enigma's going to just get you.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of the most melee hero like heavy games I've seen in a while. I mean, like TB, he's half ranged, I guess.
Prepare
Monkey
for
King, you make an even less convincing argument. But we'll
Wait,
get
did you
into-
see Trixie's name when he loaded it into the
Yeah, yeah. His Steam name is.
game? Yeah.
it's, he's even got the Fist of the North Star guy
that's
as,
where
as his Steam picture.
Omewamu Shinderu.
Oh my wamo.
Is that Omayo?
I think it's yeah.
Omaewa?
Yeah,
It's really hard to pronounce. I'm sorry.
that's all right. We don't judge you for it.
Yeah. I mean, people do, but it's fine.
Yeah. No judgment here. This is a safe safe place.
Oh shoot! This Nyx taunt.
The breakdance.
Oh my god.
It's
30
super annoying.
seconds to battle.
Also, this immortal, the golden immortal, is also super annoying. But I guess you gotta have something going for you on Lifestealer. This hero doesn't have a ton else. This courier that Monkey King is transformed into is very strange. I don't know if I've ever seen this courier before. It's like kind of
It looks like
it's a Virtus Pro thing. Interesting.
Looks like a really small lone tree.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like a. That's what I was just about to say. Looks like.
Oh, so it's gonna be a Lifestealer mid instead.
I think this is sensible, kind of. I guess
Is it?
They're just this kind of dual. I think it's because they think that they have a pretty good idea that the gyro is mid, right? So it's just
Here's the thing though, like, does Monkey King have a better matchup against Enigma than Lifestealer would? I guess you could kill Eidolons if you get the full stack of.
I think so. I think Monkey King probably copes a little bit better than the Lifestealer. We'll see though. I mean, Enigma has boots. I can't see him getting hit very much down here. You can just use the Eidolons to get CS. Oh, Iron
The
Man.
CS differential. The damage is so big. The difference.
Oh, all right. Skills at the Boundless Strike. Meanwhile, top lane is. I had not even looked up there, but they're just gonna straight up kill Nemphy for first blood. My bad. I saw action happening mid. Our men's throwing brain saps. We got 16 strength from Decay on this Undying, but instead it is actually top, where it looks like just maybe a couple torrents and a crush gets that kill. There are a ton of creeps up here.
Oh, he's blocked in?
Pexu getting blocked in. He's kind of trapped. Gonna eat some more tangos. Looks like they will be able to. He's ogre. He's tanky, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Dragging back one more hit. The creep wave's gonna finish it. I don't know what happened to this creep wave here. Like, did Nemphy go for the side chop and try and pick up his quelling blade, and then things just went to hell? But this is an ugly situation in top.
Mid lane, now Nightmare's gonna set up the torrent. Thompson's gonna get lifted, and now they're gonna crowd on him 3 versus 1. That's gonna be yet another kill. 5 anchors. Really needs the captain right now because they're getting wrecked on all over the place.
Yeah, it's not looking great. Monkey King picking up his Quelling Blade, able to start CSing a little bit more down bottom. But yeah, you said it was going to be difficult to link up the Bane and the Kunkka, but I love that rotation to immediately get the kill top and then just go straight mid. Nightmare into the...
You just don't expect it. It happens so fast.
Yeah. Pexu's already on this. No Fire Blast. I don't think we have any kill potential. I just farm later. Whoop. Nemphy even forced to get a point in the reflection to try and save his Ogre. Yep. That is also not a good look.
I love the bash choice on Boogie. Normally you see sprint.
Arman is dead. A little bit, maybe a little bit too far forward there on the mid lane. Yeah. Disappointed in the level of healing. He's getting off his brain sap for sure. The other thing we haven't talked about is that Kunkka actually has this Orb of Venom. And I think that's probably part of how Nemphy died earlier. Just got caught going for the side shot and then just Orb of Venom to death.
I don't think you could play a melee support or melee 4 in particular without Orb of Venom. Just there's no point, you know.
I think Kunkka is one of the few heroes where you can kind of get away with it, but the dangerous thing about 4 Kunkka is that if you don't get that kind of first kill and establish yourself a little corner on the map, you don't really do anything again until like you have level 3 minimum, ideally 5. Speaking of DNZ, he looks pretty dead at this point. A couple more auto attacks.
Crush!
Oh, the crush from Boogie. And now the salve. He's going to be okay. Boogie now getting turned on. This is where I think you would kind of like Pexu to have the stun, potentially.
Alright, they're dropping low, but StarLadder's got a salve. Better bring himself back up. And then now meta's down for... Well, it's not down, but it will be down soon, and Nemphy's going to be a little bit of issue.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty vulnerable. Oh, and meanwhile, Pexu is actually just once again out in no man's land. Going to try for the TP out. Is he going to get bashed for good measure? I don't even know if that was a bash, but they got that kill pretty easily. I think he just wanted the bounty rune, but he is going to pay for that one with his life. And pretty aggressive build on the Kunkka, 2 points up in the torrent at level 3. Don't often see this, but guess they do have a little bit of setup and haven't really had too much trouble so far getting in. So just big
I don't think I've
damage
seen Ogre dying so many times before 5 minutes than today. Like Ogre has been just not having a good time.
Yeah, it happened in the earlier series as well, right? Ogre was just sitting mid, and then that was when
getting ice sharded.
The Tusk Tiny lane just went to work on him. Not fun. Oh. All right, Trixie getting wrapped around on here. Can they find this kill? There's the Nightmare. Arc just waiting. 3 points up in the Boundless Strike. Just needs that bonus damage. Needs to not miss as well. Just clipping it nicely, and that is a very nice rotation off of the RMN on the Penta side. They're doing so well in terms of their support movements in the early game. Yep. Every single time they go anywhere, it's immediately setting up a kill. And now he TP's straight mid. Thompson probably not anticipating this. And he's just going to stand there, get hit by the Torrent, and just get run down. There is no chance of him surviving. And Penta. Look at it. And again, just another swap.
TP top. Yeah. I think that might have been a, well, TP to Shrine kind of play. But still, like you said, the supports are making huge rotations. And I think they have to actually win the laning stage very hard because, like we mentioned during the draft, the hero matchups during the actual team fights are not really in their favor. But if you could give yourself a big enough lead, then none of that actually matters. 3-man smoke up, Penta looking for a kill. They're going to run into that and dying, and really not the target you want.
We'll see. Is Thompson anticipating this? They do have that Dire Observer Ward up top, but looks like Arman, alright, comes in. 2 points up in the Nightmare. Immediate TPs coming in from those 2 supports, but is that really going to matter? Oliver still wants to commit hard for this, but Tombstone does get dropped, and it's a 3-man Torrent into the 3-man Crush. How many more kills can they find? They're going to get the X back on OKC. He will be able to get off another Decay, it looks like, maybe with his wand charges. Maybe this is a little bit of a dive too far. Another 2-man Crush. Oliver tanking some tower shots. They will be able to redirect that over onto RMN. And it will just be the Gyrocopter dead after all is said and done. With the Terrorblade taking this as a moment to just shove in the top wave a little bit. Fortunately for him, he's got the Siege Creep, so should actually be able to do a bit of damage. The response is coming right back. Boogie not going to be leaving the lane for too long. And queuing up an armlet on this StarLadder. So it looks like it's just going to be your 3 big physical damage cores for Penta Esports. I feel like I have seen the right-click StarLadder somewhat recently. Oh, Nemphy gonna get dragged back into a Torrent. Bashed up a little bit. Does not have the Sunder. He's going to get crushed in a second. Looks like a couple more auto attacks with this DD. Can he actually get the turnaround? Nope. The DD too good. And the bash.
Boogie waited pretty low just in case that he had Sunder. So you want to stun him when he's relatively low.
I mean, you can check, right? But oh, he could be holding the point, and then you hover him, and you're like, oh, he doesn't have it, and then he seals it up and mind games you. Yeah.
You don't know. That's why the players do hold the points.
Yeah. 3 points in bash, though. Check it out. This is a build.
Bash does a lot of damage. I mean, especially it does what magical damage, right? I know it does physical damage.
No, it's physical.
This one does.
Yeah.
Okay. God damn it, Dota 2. Why is it not consistent?
Well, it's just so Void has more synergy with AA, dude. You put that
magic.
You put the Ice Vortex down in the Chronosphere, like my job is done.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the play. All right, okay, so not doing that much on the Undying, not very far behind in terms of levels, but I feel like not having your usual like Ogre Undying kind of lane impact here, not really being the biggest bullies. The Hellbear getting involved here. It looks like RMN might be going down. Actually, what do we got? Pexu now running away. They're going to focus on the Tombstone, nightmaring up the Undying. Give him one last little love tap as the Terrorblade comes across. Meanwhile, Trixie getting chased down, but looks like he's going to be okay. The 4-0-4 build from Monkey King.
Yep. All he cares about is killing them Eidolons. And look at his like actual last hits. I'm sure a large number of them are Eidolons. There's actually no way for him to get so high without having a bunch of Eidolon kills. But it seems like the matchup is good. I didn't expect this matchup to be good. But
so Thompson just getting run at mid once again. Nice turn connecting. Ooh, the heal coming in from Okasia. Might be able to turn this around. Then have Trixie coming in. Does not quite have enough mana for the black hole. Even the stick charges are not going to do it. RMN also able to escape. Oh, that is a somewhat expensive rotation for Trixie. To not find anything, and looks like he's going to take some pretty big damage on his tier 1 at bottom as the trade.
Boogie decides that Armlet is just a dream, goes for the blink. Never really seen the off-lane Armlet first, but now Pexu's going to get amped up. That should be a very easy one.
He's just getting clubbed.
Look at that damage.
Look at that bash damage. Oh, man.
It would make sense for StarLadder to have physical buff for Corrosive Haze, you know?
Yeah, gotta get that synergy.
But Dota 2. Yeah.
Gonna make carry StarLadder viable. DNZ just gonna TP out. Boogie!
Oh my god, that rocket!
It was on top of it. It was like
grazing him.
Yeah, he could smell it.
Put down that infused range drop. Don't let it take a charge. Don't let it take a charge.
Yeah.
Oh, he
did. Oh, Boogie.
He was listening. He knows.
What a player. Give him the
Most
well
player would have just stood there and fell asleep.
Looking
so anyways,
on the map.
Have you seen physical StarLadder work before?
The right-click
Yeah, right-click StarLadder.
I think so. I feel like I saw Ramses play it somewhat recently, but I mean VP are a weird team, so.
Yeah, they probably played it.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Monkey King ultimate laid down at bottom. He wants this tier 1 tower. Is he going to be able to get it? Thompson. He's just sidestepping everything at this point. Tombstone also going to get dropped down. He is in very deep with no point up in the tree dance. He's just going to try for the TP out. Is he going to get it? He does just barely, and he managed to get the. Well, he didn't get the kill. The Bane came in and brain sapped down the Undying, but oh man, Penta are just styling at the moment. Now Pexu also getting dove underneath this tier 1 mid. He did manage to get the Bloodlust up on it, but it looks like they should still be able to get it. The Siege Creep gonna make pretty quick work of it. And they're just styling on him in this early game. You look at the net worth, you look at the experience, they're winning all the lanes. The Gyrocopter feels like he's super in the bin. Not really doing anything.
Oh, grip into a TP, the boat's gonna be there as well. They're gonna dump everything.
And now the heal, and now the amp, and now the arc rotation on the Monkey King. 5 anchors are just like beating their heads against the wall at the moment.
Yeah. Right now Penta is like the team that's making every move one step ahead, and when you have Ogre and Undying, you shouldn't be losing the lane stage, but it's just that the Bane and the Kunkka has been moving so well that they are always having a +1 advantage, and it doesn't matter if you have Bane or Undying. If it's a 3v2 situation, you lose that engagement, and that's happened over and over and over again.
Yeah. And they've even set up for like the next round as well. I love the Radiant Vision that they've got going right now. Alright, man, does get the Nightmare up onto Trixie. He is going for a Midas, but...
Top, diving in.
Oh, Thompson is just straight up dead once again. Sardar Lifestealer, easy combo. Just managed to pop the stick charges. Oliver just about to get slowed down. Nope. Looks like he should be able to chase it down. Maybe not. One more hit.
Phase boots.
Phase boots. No,
just kidding.
Betrayed by the creep wave. Wraparound
run away
gank's the
from
name of the
creeps.
game at bottom. Arc and RMN versus the world, but they've also got the Kunkka coming in from the side. Can they get this burst damage onto Trix? He's going to turn around. He tries for the black hole, but he won't be able to get it off. The boat flies through. Can they burst him down? Monkey King in a pretty compromised position. A few more auto attacks looking to finish him off. The urn
Trixie?
ticking. Trixie so low, and he will end up dying.
They did lose the Monkey King for that, so that actually wasn't
Good
so
kill.
bad.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it was, was it the Ogre that got the last hit? Yeah. So.
I mean, kill's a kill.
Pexu just needed boots, man. Look at this poor guy.
Wait,
He's
how
got,
much gold did he get for that kill though?
412.
412.
So he
'Cause
had
look
like
at
he had less than 400 gold, or like less than 500.
Yeah, look at the
gold
net worth
before.
differential between the two. Holy shit. That is the bottom place killing the second place.
Oh my! Look at this life stealer. Look at them.
He's
He's got a relic.
It's going Radiance. Oh, we're gonna see the return of the ancient.
The return of the
Lifestealer
meme
build.
stealer. Oh god.
Actually, isn't that the answer to the Terrorblade?
It's good against TB. You jump inside the ancient black dragon.
Yeah. And just get on him.
You just push some waves and just radiance him. Yeah, he's really not gonna do that much at all. I like this.
I mean,
a
I
lot.
think at this point, it really is not even about the hero matchup, because the idea that Terrorblade is good against Lifestealer is that you have high armor, you survive his combination, and then you get Scotty, right? And you just like make a bunch of illusion and you right-click the Lifestealer. We're not even in the Scotty phase of the game, so Oliver isn't technically has a hero disadvantage. Right now, what it matters is that he's up like 2k net worth over the Terrorblade, and he can get whatever he wants.
There's a big problem with this 5 anchors. We've even seen it. Thompson's tried to make some rotations because he's the mid player and probably feels pressured to do so. Especially since they've got the kind of AFK farming Enigma in the offlane, right? That's the big disadvantage of Enigma compared to even somebody like, let's say Shaker offlane, even though Shaker offlane isn't very popular at the moment. Like, Enigma, you've got Black Hole, but outside of that, you don't really contribute that much. And your early game window, like the time that you take to come online, it's probably even longer than a lot of your other offlane heroes. So Trixie's not really making plays for his team. The two supports already feel like they're kind of out of the game, and Thompson's just being, I mean, he's 4th last on net worth.
Yeah.
So
just to add to your point, like if you think about Tidehunter as a hero, he's very similar to Enigma, where the early game value is just that big ultimate, right? But the big difference is that Tidehunter, once you get like a cloak and a full wand, or maybe even a hood, right, you can just frontline for your team and take tier 1s off of it. But
not the case for Enigma.
Not the case for Enigma. So he literally has no value early on, unless you find just some like random pretty good engagements with Black Hole. So you can see he's stuck in a jungle, king on Midas, and honestly, he might show up for like a Black Hole fight or two, but until he gets Midas, Blink, BKB, it's gonna be a while till he comes online.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it looked like a decent Enigma game. I think they just were not anticipating that they would lose the lanes this hard. This is even what happened to their opponents yesterday, right? Where I feel like they were setting their lanes in such a way that they're like, oh yeah, this will be fine, and then they just got run over. So a little bit of taste of that in this game. Oh man, this Lifestealer is so close to
Black
Radiance.
Hole! Oh.
They want Boogie. Should be able to get him nice and easy. Well, 4-man rotation, not that easy. Meanwhile, they've got a grip over on the Gyrocopter, and he is just getting punched. Monkey King getting very close to his Battle Fury, so his farm looking pretty secure from that point forward. Did go for the phase boots here, I think, mostly just to help with the lane against Enigma. A lot of the time when we see the Battle Fury is he treads instead, but it's probably still works just fine.
Torn bolt flying in. That was taking advantage of the arcane rune, I guess.
Another
Let loose
torrent.
some spells. Yeah, why not? Has the X back up already. X him again, dude.
Go ahead,
Show 'em
sunder
what's
your
up.
teammates. Do it.
Oh, man. Meanwhile, look at this Bane. He is just journey across the world right now, setting up some really nice wards. And Lifesteal Radiance is online.
I can't compliment Penta enough on the way that they've played the Vision game. Like as they were rotating over towards bottom to get kills there, they set up this ward, the shutdown farm, and then having this ward lets you potentially
Mid
go in
lane.
a little bit deeper. Oh, infest gank. Are they going to reveal the blink dagger for
got
this?
blink?
Does
Oh, does he not see him?
I don't
It's
think he
nighttime.
sees him. Yeah. Yeah, and he managed to take just the right path to evade. Or that, or they just want to kill Thompson instead.
Oh,
And
they see Nymphy? Aw.
not gonna go
Boogie,
for it.
what are you doing?
Did Boogie get? Did he maybe get flacked? I didn't click on him, but
No.
Oh, they don't have vision,
Well, it's just
right?
nighttime.
yeah, it's just nighttime.
It just looks really weird and like.
Everyone's standing on top of each other, but no one's doing anything.
Yeah. So Lifesteal needs level 12 before he can infest Ancients, right? Did they change it back or? Because I remember you could get level 6.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Before, but
Yeah,
now
yeah.
they changed it.
If you do the alt text, infest level 2 and 3 can be as an ancient creep. So yeah, he needs another third of a level pretty much to get there. Enigma has his Midas up now, losing Midas efficiency because he's not going to use it instantly. Somebody alert Grand. Oh, there's an ancient stack here for some reason. Apparently it's Monkey King's now. He's going to clean that up pretty quickly. And Penta just getting further and further ahead as 5 Anchors continue to just look utterly rudderless in this game. They're just kind of farming. That's all they have going for them. There's another ancient stack here. I guess it's for the
Are you
gyro.
smart enough to do the math on Midas? If you use it perfectly, what's the GPM increase? So you get 200 gold for every 100 second. So 2 gold every second, right?
Yeah, so 120
GPM.
GPM.
That's a lot.
It is.
I
It is a
remember-
lot. But
yeah.
it takes a while to pay itself off, right? And not
So
like
let's pretend, like, because you're not going to use it perfectly, right? Let's pretend you get 100 GPM, right?
Mhm.
Heroes by themselves have a 90 GPM passively, just like gold.
Yep.
So that's a lot, you know? It's essentially doubling your passive income for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have much map control, the Midas is definitely going to be helpful for getting gold. Boogie loaded up with the Infest Bomb, going to be TPing back to the tier 3. They're going to TP the Bane into the tier 2. But looks like this push is already over. Big fat stack of Eidolons cleaned up by DNZ. It's going to be going for a Solar Crest. I believe we had a crest maybe queued up somewhere over on the 5 Anchors side. No, looks like maybe not. Definitely a super value item for them this game against the Penta lineup. Nope.
Oh, the scan. Boogie now jumps in.
Yeah, they do have the shrines. Are going to do anything?
Oh, cancelled! Immediately. They have more than 2 ways to cancel it, and now they're going to just run them down.
Into the base. Yeah, they get the X marks spot on the OKC. And Oliver doesn't have that many right-click items, but still going to make pretty quick work of him.
Yes, Radiance. That's the one right-click item you need.
Yeah. Oh no, there is actually. Well, there's a second Solar Crest, which the Lifestealer is going for.
Alright.
Do they just high ground here?
Why not?
I mean, the black hole's on cooldown. There's nothing really to be afraid of. And look at this. Yeah, they're just going to keep spamming stuff out on the TB. Jump in. Another
Oh
Infest
my
Bomb. Gyrocopter taking big damage. Oliver still pushing forward. Peksu, all he can really contribute is throwing out a Bloodlust. The towers are doing plenty of damage, though. They're all Bloodlusted. The multicast Bloodlust from Peksu. This is the strat. Those tier 4s actually did so much damage to Kunkka. The Ogre coming
They
up
want to
big.
fight this, though. Mugi?
Oh. Alright, Tombstone dropped down. Should be able to clean this up. Now they've managed to catch the Monkey King as well. Gets dropped down off of his perch. The Enigma doing work with the Midnight Pulse. That's a big kill. Thompson grabbing onto that one. They jump forward. They get another crush out of Thompson. He'll be finished off by an auto attack. Okay, Sia just kiting back inside of the base. They do have the Nightmare over onto Trixie. What can he find here? Oliver, still no rage for 1 second. We'll be able to pop it. Turns around onto OKC. Should be able to finish him with the punch. OKC will still get right click down, but I mean, a 3 for 3, more or less, is going to be A-okay for 5 anchors. Actually, pretty big
Dude,
gold
just
swing.
hit the teamfight recap and look at Lifestealer's damage output, right? He actually only hit people like 3-4 times. It was just at Radiance. He just stood in the middle
Just
of
burning
teamfight.
everybody down. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so hilarious. And speaking of Solar Crest, we're gonna see Kunkka now working towards another one.
Does Lifesteal already has his? Yeah, he's got his finished. So they're gonna be
Yeah.
going for a second one. Maybe use one offensively. Use the other one defensively. We'll have to see. Still, even more great Radiant Vision on the Penta side. Just kind of keeping 5 anchors contained, keeping control over the dire jungle. I mean, 5 anchors have a little bit of access to the Radiant jungle now, but still not great. And Gyro has just decided to go for Ags. They got a grip on mid lane. Undying just gonna get punched down. What do you make of this Aghanim Scepter?
It's like a better Midas, I guess, right? It makes him tankier, which is, I guess, definitely valuable against this draft. Although, not sure how much raw HP helps. I feel like armor is probably more important if you're looking to tank up. But obviously, it does give you a much faster farming once he does have it finished. But I don't know if he's gonna get it finished because I feel like the game is about to end.
Yeah,
right
because
now.
there's an Aegis on this. Aegis on the Monkey King. Lifestealer's just waiting inside of the StarLadder. They're gonna get jump in, blink, crush, jump out. Ogre. Oh, what can they do? They got the black hole, but there's the immediate cancel.
My God.
Boundless Strike always there, waiting in the wings. Arc jumping up onto the tree, jumping his way back down. Okisia does manage to put the Tombstone up onto the high ground. They get the drag back onto the Gyrocopter, doing their best to keep him alive, and big damage pouring in from Nymphy, but they've got the defensive items. Arc kept alive. Glimmer caped up. Now the X marks the spot. No escape for the Terrorblade. He does have the Sunder. Should be able to get it off. They're going to try and burst him down. He gets the Sunder off at the last possible second, but the burst damage is still huge. And DNZ still going to end up surviving. He's the one with all the utility items on the team here. Glimmer cape coming in big. And Aegis not even popped.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Aegis might just time out.
I think the game's going to end before the Aegis time's out.
True.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Alright. Ern gets retained by that rage. Oliver going on the melee racks. And Midnight Pole is actually doing a ton of work. Still 4 melee in this draft. Issue hitting buildings.
Is under attack.
Alright, got a blink on the Enigma. Still one crucial component to go. Oh, there's a double damager in here. What do you know?
I think this games will go on a little bit longer. Keep in mind that Enigma working with a 200 GPM, right? Eventually, he's gonna get up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And level 15, either cooldown reduction for your Midas or just more GPM. I feel like I normally see the cooldown reduction, but I guess it depends on what kind of state his BKB is in by that point.
I think you always take the 15% reduction to make your Midas, you know, become more than 120 GPM.
It's only a little bit more, but yeah, the levels are pretty nice. Also, if you're in a game, well, this game isn't necessarily a big Eidolon game, but if you've seen Enigma with the Eidolon damage and the +8 Eidolons, oh man, it's just, it's terrifying. Those things hit hard.
Peksu split pushing.
Yep.
Bottom side. Look at him go.
Dire's bottom tower has
Ogre
fallen.
split push. New meta.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Oh,
attack.
jump out on mid.
Dire's middle
They want the
barracks
Slender Axe. They've got the backdoor protection disabled. Trixie coming
Midnight
in.
Pulse.
Yeah, there's the Midnight Pulse, but what else?
Dire's
Just
bottom
gonna wait it out. Monkey King throwing out his ultimate, really wants to commit hard for this. He does still have the Aegis. Looks gonna get popped. Meanwhile, TB trying to backdoor that tier 1 tower over at mid. Does end up getting it with the Illusion Swarm, but alright. Lane of Rack's dead. Arc running for the hills, away from
Jump.
this homing missile.
Alright, he's cool.
I like that move. Just swap straight to mid-racks. Make sure you get it. Deny
You
some
see how
farm.
hard it is actually for them to push a Rax when everyone's still alive. Melee heroes can't push that well, that safely rather, and Midnight Pulse just like slows them down. They eventually get it, but Penta really, for them to get the second lane of Rax, they really need to win another big fight.
Yeah, I think they really need like they'll probably get it, maybe AC up on the. Ooh. Kunkka getting caught out somewhat, but he's got the Glimmer Cape, and he's just going to try and hold them here, but his team is nowhere to be found. He's just kind of buying time. Nice Torrent is going to end up connecting. Trixie will be able to blink past in a second with another Malphus, but... Alright, Kunkka making big space. He drags all 5 heroes from 5 anchors down to bottom. And they may have now been able to set up. Arc coming in from the back lines. Does have his S&Y picked up, going to be focusing on Peksu first. They do get the meta popped out. If he escapes here... That's just Metamorphosis wasted. It might actually just be his death. Monkey King getting bursted low. Can they finish this kill? Nymphy going to get blink crushed. The Manta dodge not there in time, but StarLadder actually caught in a terrible situation. He's going to be brought down. Now the Black Hole coming in. Monkey King immediately obliterated. RMN's also going to end up dropping here. Nice Nightmare dodge on the homing missile, but that's not going to be nearly enough. And Lifestealer, not along for the ride with the StarLadder, is just going to run over, sees his team die, and then runs for the hills.
That was a straight up 1x1x1. They kind of just ran in. Monkey King overestimating how long he could survive. It's still, there's a ton of damage on the Dire side. Metamorphosis, the Midnight Pulse against all of these strength heroes is a pretty big deal as well. Yeah. Gotta say, so far this Radiance on the Lifestealer did a lot in these kind of early fights, but as the game scales on, the effectiveness of that item also, you know, gets reduced. Where's that ancient dragon? You know, let's go. Like, be annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like the Radiance is a neat idea that haven't really seen it work out maybe the way that they were hoping. And Trixie's gonna get his BKB soon, so he's not gonna have to care so much about the Boundless Strike. It's pretty much just the Fiend's Grip at that point. I mean, RMN does have the cast range talent and Aether Lens, so certainly possible for him to grip a lot of these black holes, but puts a lot of pressure on him. DD picked up. Peksu once again pushing that mid. He'd probably tank the gank. I don't know if they really mind too much. Oh, they managed to catch somebody else. They get the Nightmare over onto the Undying. Amped up. There's the Crush. Charge forward. 3 heroes stacked on top of each other, but they know the black hole is on cooldown, so not too worried. How's the TB doing? He's got his Manta picked up. We saw that in the last fight, and he's also just going for a BKB timing. So yeah,
TB sense. Unfortunately needs like 2 more items before he could actually fight. Doesn't really do that much damage right now. Look at Oliver. He's just racing it.
And no Deso, no AC. This is a not even a Blightstone anywhere to be found. Oh, they get the grip over it on the Enigma, just walking in straight into the Monkey King ultimate, and Trixie.
Alright.
Terrible position. He just wanted to get the Midnight Pulse down, but not anticipating the cast range on RMN.
Yeah, getting that lens as well as the cast range talent upgrade, letting him.
I mean, it's like the whole screen basically, right?
Yeah.
Look at what RMN's
Oh, he's
got.
RMM's like the perfect Meteor Hammer hero now. Think about it, right?
Yeah.
You can now Meteor Hammer away from.
Terrablade's gone, by the way. The Boundless Strike just tearing his head clean off. Thompson doing his best, laying in some damage into Buki. They are going to buy back on the Terrorblade, but a beautiful 2-man torrent connection is going to open up all that space, and Terrorblade helplessly lifts his arms in the air. The reflection doing absolutely nothing. Oliver on the way out now. Does have the rage for the homing missile, so he's going to be just fine. Oh, even just the style points Nightmare dodge on that one. They're going to try and focus down Nymphy. Does manage to Manta his way out, but looks like he's still going to end up dropping. Thompson also getting stunned up, and 5 anchors are done. GG called. Pentasport's going to completely walk away with this first game. Trixie with the
black hole, the only black hole in this game.
The style points black hole.
Sure.
Even that one got canceled by his throne exploding.
No full black hole for
no full channels this whole game.
Yeah. Oh, and that's why we don't see Enigma being picked.
Yeah, I guess he needs some more base strength.
So honestly, I think it's easy to say, oh yeah, you know, the Terrorblade pick didn't work out, or the Gyro pick didn't work out, or Enigma. But honestly, to me, that was just the Radiant team playing much better, and it's not even about the picks once you win pretty much every single lane and you're up 10k out of the laning stage. Like, that shouldn't happen in a normal game. So
I think Penta's supports just outplayed the 5 anchors supports so hard
by a mile.
Yeah, they moved so well, they got so many kills, and then after that, the vision game as well, right? You know, you pointed out the Bane heading in deep, planting the wards behind the towers. They were just in 5 anchors' face all the time, killing them on top of their shrines, just never giving them a good counter initiation opportunity. And I feel like this Gyrocopter just got completely hounded out of the game, right? Like he had a hard time mid and then kind of tried a couple of ganks to make some space because he felt like nobody else could on his team. And then after that didn't work, he kind of had to retreat to farming, and then they just chased after him.
Yeah, normally when you have a tough laning stage as a Gyro, you have ancient stacks, and he does. It's just that by the time he is about to farm the ancient stacks, all your tier 1s are gone, so they just invaded the ancients too. So it's like, oh, that was just a game of insult upon injury.
Yeah, so I mean, I think for 5 anchors, they should be able to reset a little bit, make some adjustments in the draft, and come back for game 2. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Maybe they'll ban the Bane just as like, okay, we felt like we weren't worried about it after the nerfs, but it still did big work. So maybe they'll just get rid of it. I think they were banning it yesterday, in fact. But that's gonna wrap it up for game 1, guys. We'll see. Penta one step away from the grand finals here in the StarLadder iLeague Invitational Season 4 EU qualifiers. Stick around. We'll see you soon.